It is round 3 of the Discraft Ledgestone Open presented by Bushnell. We are at our second round at Sunset Hills before we return to Northwoods Black tomorrow in the woods. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two Hot Geese.
Honk.
It was perhaps the windiest day I have seen at Sunset Hills, personally.
100%. It was the windiest day we've had in a while, just in general. Definitely different conditions, way different from any practice rounds, but we're going to watch Missy Gannon, Lisa Fajkus, Kristin Tartar, and Paige Pierce battle the course in these windy conditions. It was pretty steady all day, too. It didn't really take a break or come and go. It was just nonstop.
Missy with a stellar 8 down yesterday. She's 3 strokes in the lead. Hole 1 is a par 4 out of bounds all the way along the left side, not the cart path farther than that. You really just want to, smash something out here on the right-hand side as far as you can. The second shot is totally blind. This large tree you see is maybe on the edge of circle 2, so that's kind of your marker. You don't want to come in with too much speed. If you get far enough on the tee, you're rewarded with a upshot with like a mid-range. If you don't get far enough, you have to throw a fairway driver, which can totally skip into the water behind. There are some logs to catch you back there, but you really need to meter your speed on the way in. Totally birdieable, but difficult.
This is the lead card for the FPO division. First up, she is your reigning Pro Tour champion. Winner this year at the Music City Open, ranked 6th on the U.S. Tour. At 12 under par, she is your leader. Sponsored by Discraft from Beacon, New York, Missy Gannon.
What an intro.
A ringing endorsement from the announcer.
We don't have to say really anything here.
I got a fun one. Missy has been on 3 Elite Series and major lead cards this year going into round 3, though never with the lead.
Dang.
Yeah.
For most of the field, we were dealing with a pretty direct headwind here. It looks fairly calm, though, right now, which is interesting.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen out here. Great shot from Missy.
Next up, with 70 career wins and over 100,000 in career earnings, 5 wins on the tour last season, the 17th ranked player in the United States. Sponsored by Innova, Pound, Fly Towel, and Gorilla Disc Golf. From Canyon Lake, Texas, Lisa Fajkus.
Lisa with an impressive Circle 2 stat yesterday, and she made a big putt to get solo second place on the 18th hole. She's going halo turn. That looks great.
So impressive how long Lisa's career is and how she's finished so consistently at the top during that whole career.
Absolutely.
Next up, a consistent winner in Europe. Champion this year at the Memorial, Jonesboro Open, and the DD Open. She's the 2nd ranked player in the United States. Sponsored by Latitude 64 from Estonia, Kristin Tartar.
Consistent winner in the United States, too.
Yeah.
Consistent worldwide winner.
Exactly. And outfit on fleek.
Check out this stat. Since the 2019 European Open, Kristin has always been on the lead card for round 3 of any Elite Series or major event. Always.
Absolutely.
And rounding out our lead card for the FPO division, with 150 career wins, 5-time world champion, 3 wins on the Pro Tour this year. She's the #1 ranked player in the world. Sponsored by Discraft, Grip EQ, and OTB. From Pensacola, Florida, Paige Pierce.
Also a stellar outfit. She's throwing Zeus off the tee. Okay, I got a couple more interesting things. So if you go head-to-head Missy versus Paige, they've played in the same rounds 211 times. Paige has beaten Missy by 5 strokes or more in 105 of them. So they're pretty even.
Yeah, pretty neck and neck.
Yeah, 50%.
They've played 211 rounds, competition rounds together? That's crazy.
That is a little on the left side, but looks safe for Paige. Oh, Lisa on the path, very smartly giving herself really good footing on the second shot.
Putting it out wide, hoping to get some ground play down the hill.
Just not too much ground play.
Oh. Oh no, found an edge.
So, ooh, it took a little hop. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You do want some ground play, but it's so hard to check up. I think she stayed in bounds.
She'll definitely have an obstructed putt.
Missy going Z Raptor.
Very
Stable
aggressive.
fairway, yeah, on a pretty hefty angle. Also looks like it barely checks up. There's probably what, like at least 6 feet
Yeah.
after the logs before the water starts.
Back where Missy went, there might even be a little bit more. It kind of broadens as you get further away from the pin.
Kristin
So
almost
far.
pin high,
Yeah.
but kind of throwing a strange shot right at it over the hill. She gets just inside the circle.
Paige might be able to see the basket from where she is.
Yeah, you can see just the top of the band, it looks like. I think that was her sole.
Right around circle's edge at the bottom of the hill.
Maybe a little bit closer. Missy for birdie.
I think you, yeah.
Lisa with a similar look as Missy, a little obstructed uphill.
We can tap Kristin if you want.
Kristin just an inch low. We'll take the par. Believe on the flyover it said this averaged 4.2, so played a little tough today.
Yeah, it was in the top 5 most difficult holes, coming in at 5th. Only 8 women in the FPO field out of 50 competitors, finding the birdie 3 here. All really comes down to that second shot.
Mm-hmm. Looking like a par frame to start.
Hole 2, it seems like a straightforward hyzer hole out and around this tree. There is a sidearm as well, with but you have to carry over that out of bounds cart path on the left-hand side. It does wrap around behind the basket as well, and it can come into play if you get an anti-skip or maybe go a little bit too far. But with the wind today, it was a little bit of a headwind. It made for really tough work getting to this green. You kind of had to throw something high and let the wind carry it. This was a really common mistake today, is turning it over too much, but Missy does have enough hyzer on that disc that it gets inside the circle.
Yeah, I like the height. If you throw too low, you tend to hit that side of the hill and can cause a lot of rolls. Good shot from Lisa as well to get to the circle's edge.
Kristin going for a more linear route. This brings that little side hill into play, but looks like it checks up nicely.
Yeah, she's inside the circle, perhaps with a tree in her way.
Oh, nice.
Paige definitely hanging this out wider than she intended. She's probably only a few feet outside the circle. We'll see. More than a few.
Yeah, a little bit uphill, kind of a death putt here. Drops off behind the basket.
That looked great.
Kristin with a bit of an obstructed putt. Oof, a lot of chains, just a little bit high and left. That wind did not help. It's pushing right to left pretty hard on the screen.
Lisa looks like she's maybe just outside.
Oof, everyone is all over the
I know.
basket.
Come on, Missy. There we go.
Well, this did average under par at about 2.84. Only a quarter of the field got it.
Yeah, definitely played a bit harder than yesterday.
Mm-hmm. That wind was something else.
Hole 3 is a downhill, 384-foot par 3. A lot of people going to take this drone flight path where you kind of try to sneak under this branch, though it's getting harder and harder as things grow. Hyzer flip with perhaps a fairway driver is a really good play. Most people try to check up right before these bunkers. You can see how close they are to the pin. The cart path on the right is out of bounds. There's a hyzer line, or you can go way out to the left with a big anhyzer or forehand. I think... yeah, the teeth is just in the layup. If you don't get far enough, it's such a touchy shot to land within 10 feet.
Yeah, whether
of
you're
the pin.
putting or throwing an upshot.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool on my card today. We had someone take the linear route, the hyzer route, the forehand route, and the turnover route.
Wow.
It was so cool.
Everything.
The whole variety.
Missy, I think, was going for the straight gap, but... or I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's
regardless, she's way out to the
That's
left.
what she did yesterday as well.
Lisa really successfully taking that hyzer route with her halo turn.
This hole also had a bit of a headwind, so that hyzer route was a little scary, but she had plenty of stability on that disc.
Yeah, when I came through, it was more left to right, so kind of pushing it towards the OB.
Yeah. Oof, the last branch drops it, and this is going to make for a very scary approach.
Yeah, you really have to make a decision to leave it short and have a longer putt, or try to get really close. Paige, wow, pushing the ceiling, getting all the way through. That's a really good shot.
This hole played as the second most difficult of the day. It's always in the top 5.
Yeah, you just don't see a lot of birdies here.
Totally, there was...
Missy calling for it to sit. All the bunkers play as hazard, so play where it lies with a 1-stroke penalty.
Uh-oh.
Get past it. Kristin finding the bunker as well.
Paige in the hunt for the rare 2 on hole 3. Drawing metal, just a little low.
Most people would take a stress-free par.
Mm-hmm. There was only one birdie on the day. Maria Oliva got the 2, and she
nice.
got it from circle 1.
Yeah, she, like I said, she took the hyzer route yesterday. I wonder if she did the same thing. Probably. Dang. Kristin gonna take the double bogey with the penalty stroke. Missy keeping it to a single bogey.
And sometimes it'd be like that on hole 3. This is one where you're kind of, I don't want to say you're okay with taking a multiple bogey strokes here, but it's like the most understanding hole on the course for taking multiple bogey strokes. It could happen to anyone so fast.
Yeah, yesterday I said you want to be probably 4 down through the front 9, but today, like, honestly, a 2 or even a 3 down
Definitely.
Feels really good.
But look at Katrina, 4 down through 6.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's excellent.
Starting hot. Katie and Owen and Stacey Haas also 3 down in the front few holes.
But you see a lot more even pars today.
Mm-hmm. That is to be expected, and I think that will kind of stay the same throughout the entire front 9, like Erika said. I don't think we'll see as hot of rounds as yesterday in general.
Yeah, it would be something special.
Yeah, definitely. Hole 4 played very tough today. It had a pretty stiff headwind, and you're throwing downhill, so your nose angle is really important here, but you still have to put it out wide to get around this last tree branch over this out-of-bounds pond. There's the hazard bunker and an out-of-bounds green to the right of that can definitely come into play if your disc flips up. Also, that sawgrass to the right of the basket is brutal. Not fun in there. Just high enough where it's hard to putt over.
I mean, it's getting really stomped down, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Lots of people landing in there. So Lisa disking up to a destroyer to fight that headwind.
Really good play.
Yeah, safe, perhaps obstructed, but inside the circle it looks like. Just a reminder there as Paige tees off. Her documentary Fierce is only on the Disc Golf Network. I have not seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Pretty cool to have a documentary about disc golf.
Yeah, it definitely highlights the women's field as well, so go check it out.
Great shot from Paige. She parks it. Missy disking up to a Zeus, hanging it out a little wider, which is a good play. Very nice.
Parked.
There's a CTP on this hole yesterday, but I don't think there was today. Missy and Paige are like maybe 2 feet away each.
You see a lot more of those high routes to try to give the disc time to come back and not mess around with that out of bounds green and bunker, but it does leave for a longer putt. Kristin from around circle's edge.
Beautiful.
So solid.
Wow, good gallery. Look at the reflection.
This is artful. Looks like Lisa had to contend with those trees. Didn't quite get enough turn on the putter.
Yeah, Paige left a few feet away more than I thought, but makes quick work of the birdie.
Ooh,
Oh.
she went deep in.
Yeah, she's in there.
The sawgrass. Oh no. Happens. When 3 putts happen, that's the worst thing you can do mentally.
Yeah. Not a great feeling. Really smooth par, or sorry, birdie from Missy.
They say, like, you're the greatest of all time, but in my mind, that is not true. There are 2 other women that I'm tied with. Until I get that 6th world title, that is still up for debate. So this is so important to me to cement my name in disc golf history as the most winning woman to ever play the game.
Hole 5 is a par 3, 246 feet. This gap really isn't too much in your head. You just need to choose forehand or backhand. Forehand's a good play, but you do have to hang it over the water. Backhand, if you end up pulling it, tends to find those dumb little bushes there. Most people probably throwing a putter off the tee. I want to say, was it right to left wind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, head.
On this one?
Right to left head. But not as bad over here. It was a little bit blocked. Those are some big dumb bushes.
Smooth shot from Paige. Puts it to about 18 feet. Really great shot.
This hole played as the easiest hole of the day, and this is one where you're feeling not great if you don't get a birdie on it. And by not great, I mean it's bad, straight up bad.
I mean, yeah, if you go like OB too and take a bogey, that's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, they do a great job of taking a pretty boring 250-foot shot and making it very exciting with how close it is to the out of bounds.
Yeah, and if you're on the right side like Missy is, it does make for a nervy putt. Kristin taking the forehand.
A little lower than you want, but it checks up nicely.
Yeah, that's great. She threw a verdict there. Lisa throwing a 2012 KC Glow Rock.
Thank you.
Parked. Bullseye. Yeah, probably a lot more mids thrown today in the wind.
Oh yeah, 55% of the field birdieing.
Oh, nice. That's a good correction on yesterday. I don't think there was quite as many.
No.
I'll cut all the way through on the left side for Missy. Collective crowd sigh. Paige with a good birdie there.
That one danced around in the chains.
Kristin's quads looking really impressive on that putt.
I was thinking the same.
Right? They just really popped in that light. Good birdie from Lisa, too. Missy taking the only par on the card there.
And we go from the shortest hole to, I believe, the longest, maybe?
Probably.
It's 712 feet. It's a par 5, a little bit of a soft par 5, but with the addition of the new out-of-bounds line on the left-hand side here on the hill, I do think it plays a little bit more difficult. There is out-of-bounds on the right-hand side as well over the cart path. A lot of people can get far enough to go across, but a lot of people also throw right in the middle and throw their second shot a little chip up right before this out-of-bounds pond. Your third shot goes over the top, or if you are a bomber, your second shot, try not to contend with these two guardian trees on the right and left side of the green, because if you hit these branches, you're pretty much guaranteed to drop down into the water.
If you didn't see the albatross from Holland Hanley yesterday, go watch that immediately. It's awesome.
Yep, I think first ever FPO albatross on video. So cool. Historic.
Paige getting a Zeus way down there, likely going across on the second shot. Kristin throwing Rive. A little low, but decent ground play.
Yeah, she went out of bounds right yesterday, pushing a little bit too far straight, so just trying to keep it in the middle today.
Yeah, I think that out of bounds line is more for the distance throwers to make it tougher to get the eagle. It's not that hard to land in the fairway if you're just playing for birdie.
Yeah, we saw a good number of eagles last year, and yesterday I think we did not even see one. I think it was
Just the albatross?
just the albatross
Oh, that's crazy,
and all the rest
actually.
birdies.
Because, I mean, conditions were pretty ideal yesterday. Interesting.
Yep, no eagles, 44% birdies, one eagle. I mean, one albatross.
Yeah, two people on my card went OB and then saved the birdie. So, like, essentially an eagle, you know? So, Lisa laying up. There is an OB line over there. I think she's safe. Like, on the final curve of the cart path, the cart path becomes inbounds and the line continues to the right side. Kristin laying up nicely.
Missy opting for the layup as well. And that leaves about 240 feet to the pin.
Yeah, and you really have to just barely clear that little dam to park the hole. It keeps you honest.
Or you are...
Ooh, this looks good from Paige on her second shot.
Oh, yeah.
Skips it just outside the circle.
That will be for her eagle.
Mm-hmm. Kristin going forehand harp, I believe.
Missy's third.
ESP Meteor out a little wide. Oh, man.
That's an overstable meteor.
Yeah.
Wow.
She had on a lot of angle.
And a little tailwind to boot.
Lisa's third. There is an out of bounds line over there, and she rolls into the pond.
Man, having to land on such a little skinny sliver of land
And
over
this
there.
is like a pretty awkward putt, too. Like if she took her meter, that tree would be more in the way, so she took it right on the water.
Paige from a knee for eagle.
Yeah.
She's good for it. Just over 35 feet. Boom.
Let's see it again. She's so good at these knee putts.
A little bit of a death putt, too. I like the move to get a little lower. Oh, yeah.
Great putt.
One of 3 eagles on the day.
Oh, nice.
Katrina Allen and Natalie Ryan also finding eagle. And that one feels good.
Yeah, and I mean, you can really start to get some momentum, you know, getting an eagle. Start to stack them up.
Yeah, like 2 strokes lost on one hole. That's the best.
Kristin with a really solid birdie putt. Missy for her birdie. And Lisa with the bogey with that out of bounds stroke. So Paige in solo second now. Lisa's dropped back to 4th. Hole 7's a par 4, 575 feet. You used to see a lot more people taking this drone path straight through the middle, but we've seen a lot more hyzers out to the right. It's a little bit more wide open over there. There is an out of bounds line. The whole ball golf fairway on the left is out of bounds. It's really not the distance that gets you. You don't have to throw that far off the tee to be able to attack on the second shot. It's more navigating the big fairway trees, depending on where you land off the tee. Probably one of the easiest holes on the course.
Yeah, this is the second easiest on the stats.
Paige lining up the big hyzer. Another Zeus.
Big hyzer.
Big hyzer. I don't know what she was yelling.
I don't know.
It looked great.
Kristin went up the middle yesterday, and she's opting for that gap again today. A little bit more inside than yesterday.
Yeah, it's not bad over there though.
Nope.
Missy a little probably lower and wider, but she probably has what, maybe 300 feet left tops, and it's just a hyzer.
Yeah.
Lisa, we saw her go the hyzer yesterday as well. I've seen so many more people throw this line this year.
Mm-hmm. Missy is wide enough that it does kind of make the angle into the green a little bit easier. These low-hanging branches do hang out a lot. She manages to find... Oh!
Yeah, she gets caught up
Dang.
in that final gap.
Lisa opts for going back through the middle. Just got to get around this stump.
What a great forehand.
Yeah, some good ground play.
Kristin going around the left side here. That's her verdict again. Good shot. Wow, Paige way up here.
Just a little standstill approach.
Ian Hyzer around the tree. Goes a little bit deep. About 25 left for her birdie putt. Missy looking like she's giving this a run. Or not.
Maybe a little Annie bid. She's always running. It's got to be tiring.
Oh my God.
Wow. Another nice putt from Paige.
Paige pretty quickly reeling Missy in here. Only 1 stroke back now. Paige with a hot round, of course, yesterday, 9 down.
Kristin a little high in the chains, but it grabs for a nice birdie.
And that's 4 in a row for Kristin to get to 2 down on the round with a double bogey.
Very impressive, especially in the windy conditions. A nice birdie from Lisa as well with that sweet forehand second shot.
That gets Lisa to even par on the round.
Hole 8 is 292 feet, but it plays more like 320 with the uphill angle of the fairway and where the trees are placed. I think most people are going to take the real linear power low ceiling line right up the middle. You could throw a big turnover if you want to, or a sidearm is another great option if you've got the distance and the power to make it up this hill. That out of bounds bunker can come into play really fast though if you turn something over, if your forehand gets too much skip. The basket's on a hill, so it makes putting very interesting, especially for some nice gusts of wind at the top of the hill.
That looks like a overstable butts.
She's going mid here?
That's what it looks like,
Are
which
you joking me?
is crazy.
Are you joking me?
I don't know. That's my guess. What a shot.
Yeah, she really pushes the ceiling.
Maybe she's taking a page out of some of the Ultimate Players, handbook where you just throw more mids higher up.
Kristin with a little bit more of a typical route, powering the driver on a flex line.
That was a Saint Pro. This is looking good too. Pretty common landing area right there, and it's a pretty dangerous putt to run with the hillside. Missy turning this one over, but checks up before the bunkers into circle 2. Probably just a layup here.
Yep, that's a smart play. It drops off so steeply behind the basket, and it like rolls away forever. You could get some pretty brutal action.
Yeah, Lisa with that tree in the way also chooses to lay up. Kristin from just inside for her birdie.
Only 15% of the field getting to circle 1 in regulation. Only one person parking the hole. So birdies were rare, only 10% of the field. That's 5 out of the 50 competitors, and we get to see Paige drop 1 in.
Yeah, and now we got a tie at the top here.
Oh, it happened so fast.
Well, get an eagle and 4 birdies and
Charging.
yeah. This is a bonus birdie for sure.
We still got 10 more holes, too.
Yep. Hole 9 is a par 4, 535. You see a lot more people going down the middle. There used to be kind of a flex hyzer line. It's still there, but everything's growing in. So you can go way out to the right. There's an out of bounds line that comes into play on the left if you're not careful. You do see a lot of forehands. You can absolutely get over in 2 shots and attack for the birdie. It's just a little intimidating crossing this pond, and then the basket perched on the stump is very, very close to the water. A lot of people end up throwing too far on their second shot and having a comebacker at the water where you have to putt really, really high.
The screen was so windy today, too.
Yeah, it really was.
Paige opting for that hyzer line. She's pushing really straight, and that's great here. The further you go, the less you have to deal with these low-hanging branches. Although, does Paige even worry about that? 'Cause
I feel like she's past every tree.
Yeah, she's got the distance to not even have to contend with branches.
That was fantastic. Kristin going sidearm.
It looked like an early release.
She could be trying to get to the right side. I think it's a little more open over there, but yeah.
Yesterday, she definitely hung it out over the left side.
Yeah. Yeah, regardless, she'll be playing for par most likely. Lisa, no stranger to that flex game. Yeah, I like how wide she's putting it here. If you can stay away from the trees, like you said, Madison, it definitely helps with that second shot. If everything would just stop growing.
Missy gets some good distance on this, but with some ground play, she'll be back on the left-hand side, and it's fine over there.
Yeah, as long as you're far enough. If you are back a little bit, like we see Kristin here, you see how much those branches get in the way. Kristin just choosing to lay up. Yeah, see how much these branches just... Ooh. Wow. Lisa never more than 1 foot off the ground. What a great shot.
She has a little downwind putt, too. Set up perfectly on the green.
Missy hitting the stump. Checking up nicely for a birdie.
It always blows my mind when this hole's not in the top 5 hardest holes. It's number 6, but still.
I mean, it's downhill and only 535.
Yeah.
So, it's just technical.
Yeah, this second shot just can get you.
Oh, yeah. It can't get Paige, I don't think. That's such a far drive. And she actually does go a little long outside the circle. And chooses to lay up. It did get her.
It did. It can get anyone.
Mm-hmm. Proof.
That's second shot.
Empirical evidence. Man, I'm so impressed with Lisa's second shot. Ooh. A little high. But sticks. What a great birdie for Lisa. Gets her 1 under on the round. Missy 3 under through the front 9 with that birdie.
20% of the field taking birdies on this hole, and that's impressive in these conditions. I'm impressed with our field,
Yeah.
with our peers. And we finished the back 9. Let's look at our lead cards. First 9 holes.
Paige absolutely flawless. What's beyond flawless with that eagle?
I don't know.
Glamour? No, I don't know.
Diamond.
Platinum. Missy with just 1 bogey and Kristin as well. Missy with the 1-stroke lead. Kristin and Lisa tied for 3rd. Let's see if the rest of the field can catch up.
Yeah, Missy and Paige pulling away just a little bit, but there's still room. We still have a whole nother round and a half.
Yeah, Sarah Hokum moving up 4 down. We got a Hot Goose up there. Got a couple 5 downs from Katrina Allen and Owen Scoggins as well. That is a great score out here.
We hope you guys enjoyed the front 9 at Sunset Hills, and we'll really just marinate in the back 9 before we're done here for 2022. I'm not going to lie, I'm excited to get back to Northwoods Black, but in the meantime, we got 9 more holes. Thanks again to our FPO VIP members, and remember, next week at the Des Moines Challenge, GK Pro is putting on an OTB skins match. You guys seen it on YouTube, but you can come watch it in person. Tickets for sale at the discgolfprotour.com. Come hang out. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Hank.